I have been part of Home Team since 2017, and in that time I've been part of more than 15 games. It really helps you achieve your learning goals while fitting into your life. I have a full-time job and I have a family, and the way Home Team is set up really makes it a great fit for me by providing the flexibility, the opportunity, the community, and the vast resources and teams to help me in my own development and journey in game development.
I always wanted to make my own video game, and since I've joined, I've done that, and I've done it 5 times. I look forward to making more games and more complicated games.
I was working by myself for about 3 years, Game Jam or 2, and never really worked with groups, and even after that amount of time, I was still afraid to make any of my own games. Frozen with fear whenever I would open up a new Unity project. After about 6 months with HomeTeamGameDev, I can easily jump into any group and feel like I'm contributing, and if I'm doing my own projects, I can bang out a prototype in 6 hours. All of that just flows now.
To me, making games is the best way to learn multiple different skills in a fun way. Having the freedom to go in just about any direction, whether it's programming, art, music, writing, and as deep as you'd like, is amazing.
It is okay to ask questions, and it is okay to keep making mistakes, because everyone in the team will try to fix it together. So that's part of the process of learning.
Home Team is a group of people who want to learn and get better at making games and help the people around them learn and get better too.
I remember when I was growing up and trying to learn computer programming and game development by myself. I got a couple things done, but it was just really slow moving, and you didn't get much momentum, and it just wasn't as fun as I imagined it to be. Fast forward and finally stumbled upon Home Team. I quickly applied, got in there, and you're immediately making games. Like, you're not reading about making games, you're not doing endless exercises about making games, you're actually working on projects.
HomeTeamGameDev helped me a lot with finishing projects. It is a lot easier to improve yourself when you start and finish projects.
Leading a project in Home Team has been great for accountability. Having to maintain a schedule and present on a weekly basis not only helps with motivation, but it also shows that there are people who want to see you succeed.
I have always been passionate about game development, but after a certain time, my growth stopped, and that is where I joined Home Team. The me before and me after joining Home Team is day and night. Incomplete games to complete games. Working alone to working with teams. No confidence to immense confidence.
I've found no other group like Home Team that lets you build complete games as part of a team with no prior experience, while receiving mentorship from both peers and experts.
In HomeTeamGameDev, I practice a lot of programming techniques that I experimented with. My first procedural generation, it's a big step for me. It would have been very, very hard to do that just by myself in my corner of the world, because it's very motivating to work on that with other people.
I've been part of Home Team for about 2 years now, and I would pretty much recommend it to anyone who's interested in dabbling in their own game development.
Joining Home Team has led to me building habits around regularly contributing to games, building on my current skill set, as well as work as a team with people across the world.
On my own, I couldn't release anything finished. After joining Home Team, I got to work on a number of games with so many people. I can put all my credits for everything I work on in my portfolio. Time I put in Home Team each week is when my time is most well spent.
I've grown a lot, learned so much about making games.
It is easy to hop in any project. Seeing my name in released games is very motivating.
You get experience that's practical that you can use in your interviews, resume, portfolios.
Home Team is a supportive environment of people who love making games and, most importantly, help each other make games.
Get to work on multiple different projects. Don't have to stick to one particular skill set.
Home Team is a great community. It's something that is very hard to find on the internet.
If you ever get stuck on something, you can always reach out to another Home Team member or ask for Chris's help or like another one of the trainers. It's just a really nice thing to have, so your project doesn't come to a screeching halt.
It improved a lot on my coding skills. the real world use cases that we do here. That's just something I would never have learned on my own or looking through the internet.
You choose what you want to learn and how you want to learn it. There is absolutely no pressure. We're here to learn and have fun along the way.
I can't really say enough about how important this is for anyone that's wanting to make games, to learn how to make games, and to get to know other people that also enjoy the process of making games.
I've been able to make some very interesting games that I would not have been able to make in any other way.
The reason why I joined was actually a recommendation from a friend to see if I have an interest in learning how to build a video game. Since when I was younger, I always had an interest playing them, so it would be fun to actually create one of my own. I learned where my passion lies. It may not be in coding, but I found out that I love actually doing the art for the video game, from 2D to 3D, and then animating it. I'm really excited, and I'm really glad that I joined because I learned so much.
You can kind of just contribute whatever you can contribute, whenever you can contribute. And I like that because I have 2 kids, so there's a lot of time that I spend being dad. We're busy, but so are you. And yet here we all are working to learn this skill and to make cool games and to put them online and to build our resumes and our portfolios.
It's going to be difficult for me to do all of this alone. So the structure that we have of, and if what I do is animating, well, I can just animate. But if you do decide to become a generalist game developer, well, you have people that are already there. We have good people that have a very productive, can-do attitude. You need to have this if you're gonna do games.
It allows me to practice the skills along with meeting new people and making connections and being able to learn from industry professionals in a way that I wouldn't be able to otherwise. And also we get to make great games.
The best for me has been the chance to practice and its flexibility on timing, on being able to join one team or another. People don't take it wrong if you just there for a couple of items that you're going to develop. But most importantly, the office hours that Chris provides helps you not getting stuck. That's very often where the game development dream stops. You can continue to progress. There's always a helping hand.
The people are phenomenal people from just all over the world, which is really awesome.
It's easy to just dive right in and start making games, even if you're new to the process. You don't know how to make games, but you want to make games. You can break things and fix things in a casual, supportive environment. I mean, how cool is that? Home Team Game Dev.